blessed, safe weekend. I want to talk to the ladies for just a second. Men too, if you want to listen. You know, life is a journey. You win some, you lose some. And sometimes in this game called love, whatever if we want to call it that, can get very dicey. Very dicey. We meet and greet people, falling for them, liking them, interested, lusting, whatever the word is, obsessed. And somewhere down the line, you realize that you've made a grave mistake, but you continue to participate. And you know that they don't mean you any good. Do you understand? They're not worthy of your attention, affection, time, money, whatever it is that you are offering. And you participate. And then they continue to do things that's, once again, unworthy. And you continue to participate. But you see, there comes a point when it has to end because somebody is going to end up in a very, very bad situation, such as having their feelings hurt, such as feeling disgusted, betrayed. So my message to the ladies is that you have to know when to fold. Basically, it's best you don't participate, and it stops you from later feeling disgusted, upset, angry, whatever you're feeling, betrayed, because you saw the signs in the beginning, but you participated. And thank you, sweetie. You participated because you thought maybe the person would change. You understand? But they never changed. And you got into fixing business because women are known to be fixers, some of us. So you thought you could fix them by hoping, praying, sticking around, yelling, screaming, hollering, mad text. You know how it goes, mad calling. But it didn't work. So my message to you ladies is that know your worth. Know that you're valuable. Know that you are worthy. You don't have to put up with anything from anybody. And not just in the love business, love game, but in general situations, courtships, friendships, whatever. Know that you are worthy. Know what to put up with. Know what you can stand to lose, you see. Because in the end, you will lose something. And some have lost greater than, such as their livelihood, yeah, the spirit. You don't want to be one of those people. You see, everybody's not your friend. Everybody don't mean you well. And you got to tell yourself that. I'm seeing the signs they're not right. They're not following through. They're not honest. They're come here, come there, come see, come saw. They don't follow through, can't reach them, can't hold a conversation. They're mad, they're angry, they're bitter, they talk crazy. Walk away, or better yet, run like hell. When you see those signs that they don't know how to conversate, they don't know how to talk, they're absentee, don't answer the phone, don't respond through a text, a message, voicemail, don't call you, don't visit, don't offer you anything, leave them alone. Don't even prolong it. Same thing with courtships too. It's all the same. When you see the signs are not right, mind games, people playing mind games, and I call them phone games because them phone games, they're funny. Don't participate. Don't answer, don't call, don't message back, don't do nothing. Keep it moving. See, I love block delete. It's the best thing man ever made on the telephone. Block them, delete them. They can't show you any respect. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to offer you anything. They don't want to engage. They don't want to come by when they want to come by, visit when they want to visit, call when they want to call. Cut them off. This is my Sunday message to the ladies. Know your worth. You don't want to be blinded by love. You don't want to be in that situation. Because my thing is, whether you ever find love, true love, There is a man out there looking for you. He's wondering where you are. Where is she? I can't find her. I haven't met her yet. Because you're already thinking that. Where is he? Where is he at? I want to meet him. And know that he's thinking the same somewhere in this universe. I want her. I need her. And that's the important thing about love, is that you want someone to desire you. You want someone to need you. You want someone to think of you. You understand? Oh, I'm giving you this because Queen needs to hear it herself out of her own mouth and live by her own truth. You know, it's easy to give other people advice. You should do this, you should do this. But you got to walk it too. So I'm going to walk it. You can't always talk about it and then don't walk it. But we all fall short because we're humans. So I'm going to tell you, as I'm going to tell myself, know that you are worthy. And you should never settle for anything less than. That you see the signs that something is not right, you're not getting what you need from the other party, then keep it moving. Don't go back in. Because the signs are usually there in the beginning, but we as people, we ignore them because we like the person, we like something about them. But then we start seeing little things about them that ain't quite right, and it's bothering our spirit. And we're saying to ourselves, well, this ain't enough. I need more than this. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. I need more. But they can't give me more because they're empty. You see, when people are empty, they can't give you nothing. And we keep trying to make it right. We keep trying to tell ourselves, well, they'll change. He'll come around because I'm that lady, that woman. He'll see me. He'll finally see that she's a nice lady. She's kind. She'll do anything for me. She's always there to listen to me when I have a problem and call and blah, blah, blah. No more of that. No more fly by night. No more come see, come saw. No more accepting phone calls out of the blue from what is now deemed a stranger. No more listening to their problems. Don't engage. And the best way not to engage is don't answer your phone. Don't return the text. Don't. Let it be known, I don't like the way you treat me. I don't like the way you talk to me. You only come around when you want something, or you only come around when you're crying and moaning about your problems. You're not there for me. So therefore, I can't be there for you. And keep it moving. And eventually, when people see that you don't answer the phone, you don't engage, they will leave you alone. You see, that's one thing I've learned about empty vessels. They keep coming around because you've allowed them an entry. You've allowed him, her, an entry. Because you see, you can't get through a closed door unless it is unlocked. So you keep the door closed, he or she cannot enter. You see, when people are young, they're immature. They play foolish games, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know, kind of like tennis, over the net. But some of us are not puppies anymore. And I don't advise young people to play those games because it takes time away from you growing and being a better person. And it shaves off years of your life because you'll start to look back and say, wow, I invested a lot of time with that one person who I knew was not meant for me. He, she, whomever. They didn't mean me any good. I wasted my time. I didn't get what I needed from him. I was searching for more. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. He can't give it to me. But see, selfish people can't give you anything. When they're self-absorbed narcissists, they can't give you anything. And you're steady searching. When you see the signs, he ain't right. Don't come around, don't call, whatever. Then pop up, all little stupid stuff. Man, I'm telling you, if you're a young person, I don't advise you getting into that. And if you're my age, 50 plus, I definitely don't advise playing these type of childish games. Because as I said, it shaves years off of your life that you've wasted time You could be doing something else valuable with your time, because time is valuable. The time you spend chasing people, calling them, moaning, complaining, texting, sending voicemails, hollering, screaming, crying. You could have been reading a book. You could have been riding a bicycle. You could have been spending time with a real friend, a new acquaintance. You could have took a walk around the block. You could have taken a trip. You could have circled the globe. And all that time you wasted on that one human being who was unworthy of your attention, your affection, your time, your money, whatever it is that you gave. Because you see, they're not losing anything. That's the one thing you always have to remember about the narcissist, the empty vessel. They're not losing anything. You see, they're into what I call bone collecting. They're collecting bones, yours, mine, whomever, the willing participant, the victim, the bone collector, see. And they're going to go to you and this one and that one till there's nobody left. Till there's nobody left. You don't want to be that person. See, there's a lot of people out here that only God can work with, not man, not woman. There are people out here that you cannot help. So all the crying and moaning and why you don't call me, why you won't spend time with me, why we can't work this out, what's the problem, whatever the situation is that you know is negative and you're not benefiting, leave them alone. As someone said to me recently, you knew he was a snake. You just mad at how the snake bit you, but it doesn't matter. He was a snake. Anyway, so why are you mad at how the snake bit you? I refuted that to some degree because you say to yourself, well, I knew they had issues, but they didn't do this before with a certain situation, so I had no reason to, question them. But then when something terrible happened and there was a jump off, then the light bulb is glowing, but they weren't right. You didn't think it would get this bad, but it was never right in the first place. So it's a lesson learned that when you see the signs, somebody isn't right, you call them out, they still don't change, then you leave them alone. Do yourself a favor and leave him alone. And it doesn't matter if they say they care. They haven't shown you that they care, so it's not good enough. Leave him alone. Don't call, don't message, leave him alone. Because you can waste valuable time doing that as well. Calling, messaging, texting, no response, no answer, bickering back and forth. They refuse to acknowledge their wrongdoings, their shortcomings, their betrayal. So you're talking to yourself. Because you can best believe you are not the only one they're doing that to. There are others. And there will always be others until he decides to change. And that's really none of your business and your problem because you're worried about your damn self. So to preserve yourself, disengage. No more contact. No more allowing people to manipulate you, use you for whatever it is that you're offering. No more of that. You said what you had to say to the person. They don't listen. They're not owning it. Then there's nothing else to talk about anyway. Because I've learned that too. That you can cry, you can moan, you can stomp, you can scream. You can go on and on, sending messages and texts. They're never going to get it because they don't care. And if they say they care, they don't care enough to rectify the situation. And in the end, that ain't enough. Because self is first. Self-love, self-preservation. Because you got to love yourself first before you can love somebody else. And if you were talking and messing around with an empty vessel, on and off every day, however it is, whatever your situation is with the man. He can't love you if he don't love himself. And I think a lot of people don't love themselves, so that's why they can't love you. They can't give you anything because they don't have anything to give. Now, naturally, they could try. They could make an attempt, but that's on them. That's not your job. As I said, don't be a fixer. It's a job that you don't get paid for. And it's a job that can become daunting and exhausting, and it can cost you your mind, your sanity, your health, and God forbid, your life. Depending on if you make the wrong turn, make a really hasty decision and do something violent, or vice versa. Know your worth. You don't have to settle for anything. And as Maya Angelou once said, when they show you who they are, believe them. Believe them. Believe them. I want to thank you all today. Yes, this is my message to the ladies. Know your worth, baby. You don't have to settle for anything. You don't have to argue with anybody. You no longer have to cry. The very beginning, when you see the signs that they are disengaged, you disengage and save yourself the trouble and misery later. Life is short, and you need to hold on to every waking second of it. Every waking second, minute is valuable that you cannot get back. And know that whatever the devil stole, he's got to give it back 7 times. And I've seen that what the devil stole, he had to give it back. Oh, because karma's a bitch. Got to give it back, one way or the other. I want to thank you for joining me. Like, share, subscribe. If you'd like to donate to the channel, The Dream of Everyday Shenanigans, $ Big Angie, 129 Cash App. I'll be back on a little later with another topic. But I wanted to send this message because I believe somebody needs to hear it. I needed to hear it from my own self that we are worthy women. We deserve so much better than what we get. And we cannot continue to allow people to treat us any kind of way. That you allow the demon to come in. You give him permission. And he will stay in there so long as you keep the door open. Because no one can make entry into the locked door. Know your worth. You all have a good Sunday. God bless all of you. This is Everyday Shenanigans.